Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In my last video, we went over the draw and things you guys can practice at home to make yourselves better at drawing your gun. And in this video, we're gonna go over reloads, which is something else you can practice while you're stuck at home.
Okay guys, so we're continuing with the last video. We still have safe and clear firearms. We've already checked each other's firearms. What we're gonna do now is use a dummy round. It's a 9mm dummy round, which what a dummy round is basically either solid plastic or solid aluminum in the shape of a cartridge, but it doesn't have any powder in it. The projectile is not like lead core, there's no primer. So we're gonna use these, and that's gonna help us practice these drills.
So I've put the dummy round in my extra magazine, and I'm going to put my extra magazine in the pocket of my corset holster. And it's important when you put your magazines away to always have them face the same direction, so that when you pull it out, you don't have to turn it around and change which way it's facing.
So guys, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the reload, but the best way to do a reload is as a continuation to your draw practice. We're just gonna add one little step. We're gonna have her dry fire her weapon. We've double checked it, we know it's safe and clear. We want to make sure that we get that muscle memory down of pulling that trigger as well. And so making sure that we draw that trigger straight to the rear with a nice flat finger and not pulling the gun off course and off target at all. So when she goes into her draw, she's going to actually dry fire her weapon. It's going to look like this. Ready? Up! And you notice her firearm didn't move at all when she pushed that trigger all the way to the rear and made the gun go click. Now, from here, we've already now done a good draw, a good four-step draw, and we're in good shape. But now let's add a reload training to the mix, and we're gonna break it down one step at a time. So the first thing she's gonna do is she's gonna reach up and lock her slide to the rear. The empty magazine that she currently has in her firearm is gonna lock that slide through. You don't have to mess with the slide stop at all. But then she's gonna return to a shooting position. One thing I'll recommend to you is pull your trigger a few times with your slide to the rear. Know what your firearm feels like when the slide is locked to the rear and it's empty, because it has a very different feel. So she's gonna know, if it was pitch dark, she's gonna know that feels like my slide is locked to the rear, and she's gonna know exactly what that feels like. Right from here, she's gonna do the reload. So what she's gonna do is she's gonna stay with me on this so that we can kind of talk it through. She's gonna bring that gun closer in front of her face. We call this the workspace, and she's gonna turn the magazine well towards her non-dominant side, because that's where her magazine is. The reason why the firearm is up in front of her face is that she wants to be able to keep her eyes on the bad guy the entire time. She doesn't want to bring the gun down. If she brings the gun down in front of her waistline, and now she has to look at the gun for any reason, she takes her eyes off the threat. So if she brings the gun back up, she can see the threat and the gun. Ideally speaking, she doesn't want to look at the gun. She wants to keep her eyes on the threat. But if there's any mishaps or anything that's not perfect with this reload, she might have to glance at the gun to fix it. And that's not a big problem as long as she can see the bad guy and the gun in the same kind of window of vision. So when she has that gun in her workspace, what she's going to do is release that magazine. Let it fall to the ground. She's going to now draw that second magazine. It's going to come out of that magazine pouch or however you carry it. You'll notice that she doesn't have to spin it around in her hand. It's already ready to go because she put it away correctly. It's going to go right into the firearm. Now she's going to take her hand and make the slide go forward using a slingshot method. Or if you're a slide stop person, there's really no problem with that either. And then she's going to reacquire her two-hand grip, push that gun back on target, and get another dry fire. Now she's going to bring that gun down to position 3. She's going to stand, look left, look right. After she's done scanning, she knows there's no other threats. She's going to basically set up the drill again. So she's going to turn that gun on its side. She's going to eject that dummy round. Let it fall right to the ground. Now she's going to send the slide forward. She might have to remove the magazine, or she might have to push down the slide stop. And now she can either, depending on if you're running the same mags or if you have like a small magazine for carry and then your extra magazine is much larger, she's going to go ahead and set that up next. And then she's going to go ahead and holster. So she's probably going to go ahead and remove that 10-round magazine, and then she's just going to go ahead and holster that firearm. Now that dummy round should be right at your feet because you turned the gun on its side. Now we're going to go ahead and pick up that dummy round, put that dummy round in her extra magazine, and then store that away, always making sure you know which way your bullets are facing. Then she's going to put an empty magazine back in her firearm so she can do it again. And now she's going to run that drill a few times. She's going to run it over and over and over again. And I'm going to step out of here and just go ahead and let you do that. And just go ahead and run the drill.
your reload and you're comfortable with it, make sure you start incorporating your step left and step right like we did in our last video where we showed the draw. It's important to make yourself a moving target so you're not easy to hit. You want to be moving as often as you can. If you're not shooting, you want to either be on the move or behind cover.
If you practice your draw training and you practice your reload training, you'll have a lot of your weapons manipulation skills down. Your hands will still be just as good with that firearm as if you were shooting all the time. If you need to get dummy rounds, we'll put a link below where the dummy rounds are. They're very important. They allow your slide to go forward. If you don't have a dummy round in your magazine, it's an empty magazine. Your slide's gonna get caught on it. You need a dummy round to allow that slide to go forward. So you need at least one of the correct caliber of your firearm. None of us can go to the range right now, so these are really good skills to keep sharp. Hopefully when the range is open back up, we can work on actually shooting. But a lot of these skills are super important and can keep you alive if you are nice and smooth and fast out there.
And this is the perfect time to be practicing these things. So if you did miss our first video on drawing from a holster, make sure you go and check that out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave me a comment below and let me know what type of dry fire practice you're doing while you're stuck at home. And we'll see you next time. Bye.